grab some tacos, hang out for a bit, have dinner, and then we'll go do the thing tonight.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Come on, give us a hint.
I'm looking forward to it. It's
I
gonna
know
be-
where you're getting to. That where you're getting.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to offer my unique perspective on offers and marketing. Now, there are people out there that have really perfected this and have made way more money than what I have. So I'll approach this with some humility and understanding that. But I've been a part of the biggest operation in this space as well, and very intimately, and have been very entrenched in it, and think I have some unique perspectives in which to offer that no one else is really discussing or talking about. So, in regards to offer development, like at the end of the day, the way I really personally perceive this, Daniel, I know this applies, it'll apply to you pretty soon, like in the probably next quarter, like Q3, Q4, is that offer development is basically just what do you want to uniquely create in the world? And that's derived based on, most people run with a profit first model, like what are the metrics, what are the models, what's already been proven before. But while that can be empowering to get your start, and to bring you some certainty in what you're creating, it's never going to allow you to really break through. So yes, we can model structures and frameworks of what does work. That, we're not reinventing the wheel there. But when it comes to bringing your unique essence into what you want to actually create in the world, this is where it's really important to know yourself, because your offer in your business is a byproduct of you, right? It's what you're uniquely bringing into the world, and by doing so, you're really bringing an aspect of yourself into the marketplace for other people to interact with, consume, and they're doing it from the unique way in which you personally view the world and the market that you're in. So know that all marketing and offer development or sales, it's all built on perception. So that's why a lot of people get stuck in their head when creating offers, because they're always worried about the perception of what others are going to think about them. And when you're creating an offer, it's usually created from, especially in the coaching or consulting space, it's created from you, and when you create something, you're then putting it out into the marketplace, and it's going to be perceived and judged by other people. But the best way to overcome any restriction and overcome any limitation or frameworks within the industry is to be willing to follow your heart and do what you love and create what you uniquely want to put out into the world. Like creating something that's legacy driven, something that you can truly commit your life to. And yes, there's multiple angles in which you can view this from. So you can go the path of profit first. You can go the path of lifestyle driven business, which is like, I want to make 20K per month on a views, and I want to set that up, I want to automate it so I can get some more freedom in my life. But then there's like your deeply devoted, purpose driven passion project that you're really committed to. It's what you live, it's what you breathe, and that passion infuses into everything that you do and everything that you create. It's what drives you to get up in the day and move forward and actually impact and serve others. So when doing that, sometimes when you've been defined in a certain industry for quite a while, you can allow the boundaries of that industry to like cloud your thinking in the way that you view offer development and offer creation. So whenever it comes to an offer development, we've covered this a lot in Q1, Q2. It's really, first and foremost, getting clear about your bigger purpose and your bigger mission in life. Because the person that creates an offer based on a mission and a purpose, like, holy shit, you might not succeed amazingly well in the first 6 months, but you will absolutely in the long run, because you're going to be calling upon a higher intelligence, higher guidance, and you're going to be creating something that's driven from your heart. So from that space, magic happens. You know, like, think of, I don't really admire or really have a great deal of respect for a lot of business leaders, but not that there's anything wrong with anything, but I do like Steve Jobs. And when you hear that guy talk and when you look at what he developed and the innovation that he created in the marketplace, he lived and breathed it. He really thought he was doing a great service to humanity by developing what's in front of you now. And he was so mission and value driven. And that allowed him to take the company to like heights that were never seen in the industry before. So when it comes to offer development, you've got to, yes, you can use frameworks and the models that work already to model and basically create initial success from. But then to create something beyond that, challenge yourself to like start looking at developing something that actually scares you, that intimidates you. Because you'll be able to create that in which you are matched for, right? So at every level there's another devil, but what I mean by that is at each new level that you rise to, you become capable of creating something more, something that's magical in a way. But when you challenge yourself and when you scare yourself in what you're creating, it really forces you to level up in your own life to a much greater extent. And to create great fulfillment in your life, I do believe that, yeah, there's one element of internal mastery, but the other aspect is to be able to wake up and really be committed to creating something that you're loving yourself, that you really are passionate about delivering to other people in the world, that excites you. And when you can run on that excitement each and every day, and when you can work towards that, you don't care about the short-term failures, you don't care about the judgments, you don't care about the little nitty-gritty things or the challenges that are holding you back and getting in your way. Because if you go and start to run a business on a profit-first model, yeah, you can create the financial success, but there's always going to be the next thing. You know, it's not necessarily going to be a long-term build. So you've got to decide what's going to work for you, and what values you're going to create and offer from. And really, the way I truly do believe it, I don't see any separation between me and what I create. Like, it is me. Everything I create in business and the work that I do, it's just who I am, and it's a part of me. It's like, it's just an extension of me. And that makes it really easy to live because my work is me, and I get to help people with things that I love doing. And I'm not here to say like, hey, follow my advice on this stuff because I'm so successful, because United Mind isn't like that. It isn't big at the moment at all. You know, it's a seed that's been planted, but I expect it to grow, and I know it will. But it's all about tapping into the essence of what is going to make you come alive in life. That something that you're going to be proud of when you look back throughout your lifetime and be like, that was the biggest roller coaster of my life. And it doesn't have to make a return on, like, if you're already in a job or already in another business, this offer or this development, this creation of yours doesn't necessarily have to make money right away. Depends what you want to optimize for, as I've said. But start thinking about something or a problem that you want to solve, or something that you want to create in the market that's going to like move civilization forward, that's going to inspire people, that's going to create impact at whatever capacity. Because at the end of the day, what people need is you. People need your love infused into like product form that others can interact with, whether it be art, whether it be music, whether it be a business offering, a coaching offering, a software product, whatever it is. It's like, make sure that when you design the origins of it, don't copy, like start to really meditate and dream and envision what it is that you want to bring to life in the world. What are you passionate about? What are you inspired by? Because that inspiration will then like carry through in everything that you create. So if we were to apply offer development into the coaching conversation and the coaching industry or consulting industry, even agency work, it's like, instead of asking what others want, ask what your dream experience would be in your dream offer. Like, if you could go and be a part of something right now, if you could interact with it, if you could buy into something, what is something that you would love to buy that's not available in the marketplace yet? In your specific way that you envision it to be. Because that's where the magic is, that's where the sweet spot is, that's where you can actually innovate in the marketplace and create something truly unique. Because you are the unique X factor in the marketplace. And then your offer is just a reflection of you in the way that you're uniquely equipped to deliver a certain product or an offering. Because when you develop something that excites you, you'll wake up every day wanting to make that thing even better and better and better. And you'll love it, you'll have fun with it. So, for example, in the way that you conduct every part of your business, have a dream for yourself for what you think that looks like. What experiences do you want to create for people? What interactions do you want to hold with people? What tops? How do you want to communicate? What are you naturally gifted at? What are you already skillful in? And leverage and rely on, pull on those skills and those experiences that you've had and infuse those into your work right now, because that's going to help you get started. And then, you know, you're going to have the gap of like what you envision and what your dream is and what you really want to create. And the goal is to basically get up every day and continue closing the gap and be okay with where you currently are and be okay with the imperfection in getting started. Because, you know, the gap of where I want to take Genomics Mastery and United Mind, the gap's fucking huge. But like, don't let the gap stop you from getting started, because getting started, it's like, you're just putting your best foot forward and you're getting out there and you're actually serving and you're helping people at whatever capacity that you can right now. And as you get better at it, as you continue to bring your visions and your dreams to life, you'll be surprised how far you'll go and what you will be able to develop and create over the span of a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. But it's all about just getting started and about understanding, what do you feel like the world needs that the world doesn't yet have? And first and foremost, the world needs you. Because you are what makes the company unique. You are what makes the offer unique. That's the unique X factor. So when you're creating an offer, the worst thing that you can do is just go and try to emulate and copy what everyone else is doing. Because you can't make it unique. You need to know yourself. You need to understand what makes you great. You need to understand what your skills are, what your unique knowledge is, and then that's where you find the great intersection point, and that's where you leverage your X factor that can't be copied, that can't be replicated in the market.
If I could chime in on that right now, and I think this is like the reason we're here in this room this weekend is because this is where the stuff that we were doing in the first half of this workshop in regard to going to our higher selves, our DNA, the reason those practices are that tough, or that important rather, is because that's where you're going to get that inspiration and find why we're unique. Because I know I don't know it yet, but every time I get to those places, I realize there's a little something, you start piecing it together, and why that portion of the practice of the meditation, the consciousness, is what's going to help throughout our businesses too. Like, help put our fingerprints on that brand and that offering, because there's only one of them.
Yeah, 100%. And the more you know yourself, the better you'll get at like expressing your essence. It's hard starting out, especially if you have self-doubt, especially if you're not even certain about your unique X factor and what makes you unique. It is hard, but the more you go into it, the more you explore, the more exciting it becomes, because you realize that this is just a fucking game, and then you get to create whatever game that you want to play. You get to pick what industry you want to play in. You get to pick what type of people you want to work with. You get to design it all. So never limit yourself to the confines of what you think is possible. Go beyond that.